Flow Racing is live at Franklin County Speedway in Callaway, Virginia. The Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. Thank you so much to Carolina Drilling as well as CitrusAid for bringing us the drone coverage tonight here on our Flow Racing broadcast high above this 3/8 of a mile facility. And there you see the starting field about to get kick-started. The command has just been given. A little bit of a delay here at Franklin County Speedway. The PA system has been lost for the evening, but we are going racing. And this one should be a good one at one of the most intense racetracks on the Smart Modified Tour. Great crowd on hand, spread out all over this racetrack with 21 of the best modified racers in the South joining us here tonight. On the Pace-O-Matic pole for this race, fast time in qualifying out of Tobaccoville, North Carolina, the number 25 machine, that Jerry Hunt Super Center car for the Rocket. Tim Brown, the 12-time Bowman Gray Stadium track champion, to his outside. Now a 38-time winner in modified competition at Bowman Gray Stadium. It's the number 4 of Jason Myers. On that second row to the inside, second place in points. In the New Day Motorsports, number 2, it's Brandon Ward out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And his outside, the number 39 for the former NASCAR Cup Series winner, Brickyard 400 winner, now a modified shoe in the Southeast. In that Pace-O-Matic aggressive hydraulics, number 39 for Ryan Newman. On the inside of row number 3, driving the 18 VA for Sadler Stanley Racing, the Pace-O-Matic Cookout Coca-Cola machine for former Cup champion Bobby Labonte. Starting 6th, fastest man in practice here today, Brian Lofton, already a winner this year at South Boston Speedway. He will start 6th. 7th place will be Bobby Meismer, competing for a championship in the Smart Modified Tour this year. He's in the Z-Max number 14. He is out of Concord, North Carolina. Starting 8th, the 02, a brand new ride for Joey Coulter, the former NASCAR Camping World Truck Series winner in the 02. Joey Coulter out of Miami Springs, Florida. In the 5th row to round out the top 10, the 07 VA. He's a former track champion here at Franklin County Speedway. In fact, he swept one season in terms of all victories. Dennis Holdren has had this one circled on his calendar all year long in that famous number 07 modified. And to his outside, that brightly colored machine, the number 79 out of Meridian, Connecticut, James Savali, a 4-time winner on the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. Just outside the top 10, the number 55 for the Flying Floridian, Jeremy Kirshner in the 55, and his outside, the CitrusAid number 1 for the current point leader of the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic, that's Burt Myers. In the following row, Jonathan Brown, the defending winner of the Smart Modified Tour race here from 1 year ago. Not a good qualifying effort for him. That 24 will start 13th. And to his outside, the most recent winner in the Smart Modified Tour, powered by Pace-O-Matic. That's 7NY for the Kentucky kid, Caleb Heddy. Behind him, Johnny K in the number 48. That yellow machine will start 15th. Daniel Yates in the black and yellow number 18 will start 16th. And behind that, the top rookie contender in the Smart Modified Tour this year, Carson Lofton in the 23. To his outside, he won 2 years ago here at Franklin County Speedway, the 07 NC of John Smith. And rounding out the field, the 8NY of Wes Gilbert, Cowboy Dwight Sauls in the 21 NC, and the 01 of Brian Weber. That is your 21 car starting field for tonight's race here at Franklin County Speedway. Again, kind of an odd situation. No PA system here tonight at Franklin County Speedway. We had it all day long, and just before the start of this race, it went off. We're getting ready for 110 laps here tonight for the Smart Modified Tour, powered by Pace-O-Matic. Ladies and gentlemen, by the grace of God and 600 horsepower, the Smart Modified Tour, powered by Pace-O-Matic, is green at Franklin County. A misfire by Jason Myers in that black number 4, trying to get up to speed. Don't know if he missed a shift at the start of the race, but the first lap owned by Tim Brown. There is Jason Myers on the inside, being passed by several competitors. He started on the outside of the front row and continues to lose spots. Yellow flag is out early here at Franklin County Speedway, and it's for John Smith up in turn number 2. He is stopped along the outside groove up against the wall. He is the Smart Modified Tour track record holder here with a 12.9. Just to give some perspective, that's about a 10th faster than what Tim Brown did today at a 13.0 to win the Pace-O-Matic Pole Award. There is John Smith, the Mayberry Bullet, 6th place run at Hickory Motor Speedway a month ago, the last time we ran with the Smart Modifieds, and it looks like he's made hard contact with the wall, broken right front suspension on that race car. John Smith telling me just before the start of the race he's looking forward to the July 1st race at Callaway Speedway in Asheboro, North Carolina. That will be the next time he's behind the wheel of that 07NC. Smith, a veteran of the Modified Wars, winner on the Smart Circuit at Bowman Gray Stadium as well. Good to see him climbing out of that race car here in Callaway, Virginia. Racing College of Virginia, the sponsor on that race car for Mark Dowdy. That car was wrecked late last year, and students from the Racing College of Virginia designed their own clip and put that on that car. Put a brand new body that they designed as well. And John Smith went to that college and worked with the students to learn more about modified racing so they can get this car on the racetrack. Scoreboard is out as well here at Franklin County Speedway. So we will let you know what's going on as we can. One lap in the books right now. It's Tim Brown over Ryan Newman. Brian Lofton in the 15 is third. Joey Coulter in fourth. Jason Myers has dropped back a little bit. He's in the 5th spot right now. James Savali has already gained a lot of ground. Tell you what, looks like the scoring is actually off just a little bit here as well. So we're going to look at the cars on the racetrack as the sun sets over Franklin County Speedway. It's Tim Brown over Ryan Newman. Brian Lofton is third. Joey Coulter in fourth. 5th place, James Savali up already early in this race from a 10th place starting position. He rounds out the top 5. Jason Myers just outside the top 5 in 6th. 7th is Brandon Ward. Remember, he started on the outside of the 2nd row. Bobby Labonte just behind that, rounding out the top 10, Bobby Meismer Jr. and Burt Myers. There's Tim Brown. Mike Smith tuning on this race car. He and Terry Hall, the owners of that machine. Mike Smith, they call him Andretti. Good story behind that we'll tell someday. But that Jerry Hunt Super Center number 25, very quick. And you can tell that Tim Brown's got a little pep in his step. The Citrus Safe Choose Cone, you see that to the right-hand side of your screen on the racetrack. Honeycutt going to bring it out there just momentarily and allow the drivers, as they get to that Citrus Safe Choose Cone, to choose inside or outside. The drone coverage being brought to you by Carolina Drilling and Citrus Safe Cleaners. Thank you to Jason Tuttero and all he does with Carolina Drilling, and of course Citrus Safe, longtime supporters of modified racing in the South. You can get Citrus Safe grill cleaners at stores like Lowe's and Walmart. Folks, want to say a big shout out to Pace-O-Matic as well. Since 2000, Pace-O-Matic has assembled an incredibly talented team from top to bottom, built on the grounds of integrity, innovation, and compliance, all of which aligns perfectly with the world of motorsports. As an entertainment company that develops gaming software that players love to play, Pace-O-Matic is all about giving back to local communities, small businesses, and now motorsports. To learn more about their history, businesses, charitable works, and products, check them out on all their social media outlets or visit their website at Pace-O-Matic.com. That's Pace-O-Matic, proud supporter of grassroots initiatives and proud presenting sponsor of the Smart Modified Tour. At the end of 30 laps here tonight, that will be the conclusion of stage number 1, presented by Bell Helmets. Bell Helmets giving out some cash to the top 3 across the line at the end of stage number 1. We might be void of the scoring ticker on the Flow Racing broadcast because of some of the electronics issues today at Franklin County Speedway. Want to also say thank you to Jostens, the most trusted partner in celebrating moments that matter, with their mission resting on 3 simple words: capture, celebrate, inspire. This thought process has led the Smart Modified Tour to develop one of the most unique works of art in all of motorsports, the Smarty Trophy. Right now you're seeing the Citrus Safe Choose Cone in action, but from the same company that develops championship rings and trophies for NASCAR, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and more, Jostens helped us develop the race and championship winning hardware that truly embodies the characteristics of all modified legends from both North and South. To learn more, go to Jostens.com. That's Jostens, provider of the Smart Modified Smarty Trophy and proud sponsor of the Lap Leader Award in 2023. One more lap until we go green. Tim Brown at the Citrus Safe Choose Cone chose the outside. That puts the Pace-O-Matic number 39 for Sadler Stanley Racing. Ryan Newman on the inside. Joey Coulter in the Gray Ghost, that 02 machine. The Torch Eyewear car lines up third. Brian Lofton for Shady Grady Racing in the 15 in that 4th spot. And then Jason Myers on the inside of row number 3 in that black number 4. And Hillbilly Racing 79 for James Savali, the hard charger, in the opening lap of this race from 10th to 5th. Lofton charging hard on the outside. Tim Brown all alone at the top of this field. But Lofton stuck on the outside. 17 degrees of banking down in 3 and 4. 12 degrees down in 1 and 2. Savali, that's 79, 4-time winner of the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour. He's a hard-headed, tough guy trying to work his way through the field. Coulter up to 3rd. Now Ryan Newman under fire for 2nd as Coulter with a brand new Fury machine going to the inside of the NASCAR Cup Series winner. There goes Savali, goes by Lofton, now sets his sights on Ryan Newman as the 02 of Coulter is in second contact between Coulter and Savali. Savali is hanging it out here early in the going at Franklin County Speedway in the Kenny Minter Classic. We are only 5 laps into this race, and you gotta wonder if Savali is burning up those tires. There goes Savali into 3rd. Lofton takes Newman high. Lofton moves up a spot to 4th, opens up the door for Brandon Ward. Ward on the inside of Ryan Newman right now. Brandon Ward, the winner at Callaway Speedway earlier this year. Now the team cars for Sadler Stanley Racing going at it. Newman trapped on the outside. Bobby Labonte able to take advantage. He moves up another spot. So Bobby Labonte up to 6th now. That drops Ryan Newman to 7th. We're going to go to the double box here on Flow Racing and show you some of the battles around this racetrack. On the left side of your screen, Joey Coulter in that gray 02 trying to catch Tim Brown in the Jerry Hunt Super Center 25. And on the right side of your screen, now Burt Myers making his presence felt in the Citrus Safe number 1, trying to get to the inside of Ryan Newman in that Pace-O-Matic aggressive hydraulics car. Ryan Newman locking down 7th. Burt Myers now up to the A spot. Burt Myers did not have a good qualifying run here today. He struggled with that race car in practice, struggled again in qualifying, started in 12th. He is already up to the 8th spot. Rounding out the top 10, by the way, Bobby Meisler Jr. in the 14 is 9th. Jason Myers, who started on the outside of the front row, is 10th. Now Bobby Labonte going after Brandon Ward. Here comes James Savali down in the dirt in 4. Man, what a move, but he couldn't make it pay off. Contact between he and Coulter once again. Wow, it's loud here at one of the most intense racetracks on the circuit. In fact, Joey Coulter was telling me today he's the driver of that 02, running second right there. Before he climbed in his car, Joey Coulter telling me there's not many racetracks in America that get his heartbeat up at a high pace, and this is certainly one of them. They are fast, they are furious here. 12-degree banking down there in 1 and 2. Savali trying to poke his nose to the inside of Coulter. You gotta wonder if Savali is burning up those tires too early here. Remember, we're only 17 laps into this 110-lap race. Tim Brown setting a pace right now. His best lap number 8 at a 13.422. Savali back to the inside. Savali has got the groove, but that jam car right there is Wes Gilbert in the 8NY out of Long Island, New York. He goes a lap down. I think Coulter trying to save his stuff right now. Savali, for that guy, there's no saving anything. One of the most exciting race car drivers in Southern Modified racing right now. But could he be burning up his stuff? You gotta wonder that. You see the right side of that car. The Hoosier white letters are gone on the right side of that 79 for Hillbilly Racing. Now just 8 laps shy of the Bell Helmets Stage 1. Top 3 will get points, will get money at the end of 30 laps. Right now we are at lap 23. Brandon Ward in the number 2, Ryan Newman in the 39. Ward running 6th, Newman in 7th, and Burt Myers just behind that. The Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic has seen 4 different winners in the first 4 races of the year. Could we have 5 for 5 by the conclusion of this race, the Kenny Minter Classic? There is Dennis Holdren. The Rocket from Roanoke. Up the road about 45 minutes. Dennis Holdren has made his home for so many years. Carson Lofton in the 23, trying to work his way up. He started in 17th, and Carson Lofton up 5 spots in the 12th spot. Tim Brown about a half a car length up off the bottom of this racetrack. Joey Coulter just about right on the bottom. You see that gray patch in turn number 4. There's a gray patch there in 1, and in the middle of 1 and 2, and down the backstretch. After the races here last Saturday, the track kind of came up a little bit. So Langley Austin and his staff here at Franklin County Speedway went to work on Sunday and put in those cement patches down in 1 and 2 on the backstretch and coming off of turn number 4. A lot of drivers wondering how that's going to play into the factor here today at Franklin County Speedway. 30 laps complete. The winner of Bell Helmet Stage number 1 is Tim Brown from Tobaccoville, North Carolina. In that Hayes Jewelers Jerry Hunt Super Center Amsoil machine for Mike Smith and Terry Hall. Let's go through the top 10 here. Tim Brown, your leader at the end of 30 laps. He's the winner of Bell Helmet Stage 1. Stage 2 is a 80-lap dash here tonight with 110 laps. The distance. Second place is Joey Coulter, the former NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series winner in that 02 machine. That's a brand new ride, Fury machine for Joey Coulter. And he was telling me, he was like, man, maybe I picked the wrong track to debut it at because this track can gobble up race cars in a hurry, very fast with the high banking here. third place. Mr. Excitement so far in the Hillbilly Racing ride is James Savali out of Connecticut. Now lives in North Carolina, but Savali wheeling that machine. He almost won the show here at Franklin County Speedway 2 years ago. Got into an incident with Bobby Labonte, and that opened up the door for John Smith, who is now out of this race. Fourth place, the Shady Grady Racing number 15 for the South Boston Speedway winner this year. That's Brian Lofton. Lofton in the Steve's Tire and Automotive Service Modified. In fourth, fifth place, the 18 VA for the Pace-O-Matic Cookout car with unit storage on the side for Sadler Stanley Racing Machine of Bobby Labonte. Labonte, former NASCAR Cup Series champion out of Corpus Christi, Texas, loves modified racing, has truly become a lover of open wheels and 600 horsepower racing. Labonte right now running in the fifth spot. Behind him, second place in points, winner at Callaway Speedway earlier this year in the New Day Motorsports machine. Randy Renfro prepares that race car. You know him from the NASCAR ranks. That's Brandon Ward out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, also a competitor full-time at Bowman Gray Stadium on Saturday nights. Another one of the Sadler Stanley Racing machines for the Pace-O-Matic driver, aggressive hydraulic supporter on this 39 as well for Ryan Newman. Newman was up front early, slipped back a little bit when he got trapped on the outside. So Ryan Newman down a couple of spots, running in seventh here, 30 laps into the race. Behind him, one of the fan favorites from Walnut Cove, North Carolina, a 10-time Bowman Gray Stadium track champion, 2-time Smart Modified champion Burt Myers, and that's Citrus Safe number 1, trying to steadily move his way through the field right now in 8th, has moved up from the 12th place starting spot. 9th place on the racetrack, that Z-Max Racing Electronics machine, the number 14 of Bobby Meismer Jr., the 3rd time all-time winningest driver at Concord Speedway in North Carolina. Pretty good company he keeps because Jack Sprague and Freddie Query, they are the top 2 guys. Behind that, impressive run for the number 23, Carson Lofton, just 15 years old, out of Lexington, North Carolina. Yes, you heard that Lofton name. His father running up in the top 5 here today, but Carson Lofton, who finished second at Hickory Motor Speedway in the most recent race for the Smart Modified Tour, moving through the field. Lofton started way back in 23rd, said he messed up in qualifying, now running in the top 10. Behind that, the number 7 NY. In 11th, Caleb Hetty. There is Tim Brown. Brown on a roll right now at Bowman Gray Stadium. He's won 2 of the last 3 NASCAR modified races at the Madhouse. Can Tim Brown win his first here in the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic? By the way, we're talking about Burt Myers. Got to say thank you to Citrus Safe. Citrus Safe is a non-toxic, biodegradable grill cleaner founded in 1997. Back then, under the name of Bryson Cleaner. In 2003, they rebranded the name to what we know today, Citrus Safe. And you can find their products nationwide at stores like Lowe's, Home Depot, and Walmart, as well as many others. Be sure to check them out for all of your grill cleaning needs. I use them all the time. Or on the web at citrussafe.com. That's Citrus Safe, proud sponsor of the Smart Modified Tour Choose Cone. If it's race season, then it's grilling season. Carolina Drilling, they are helping provide our drone coverage here today, but also they are a well drilling contractor located in Mocksville, North Carolina. They're a leader in both drilling and blasting in the region and are proud to return as the sponsor of the Carolina Drilling Blast to the Front Award. This award is given to the highest finishing non-tour type modified winner in series competition. A special thanks goes out to Jason Tutterow and to all the fine employees at Carolina Drilling for their continued support of modified racing. Here is the drone, and there is the Citrus Safe Choose Cone. And how about that? The 25 of Tim Brown taking the outside. Joey Coulter on the inside. That banking can really help the outside row competitor to fire at the start of this race or this restart. Banker's Life, it's never too early to start planning for your future, and it's never too late to assure that you and your family are prepared for what life may bring. Thankfully, Banker's Life has agents who are eager to get to know you personally, listen to your concerns and priorities, and fully understand what you and your family need. To find an agent that is best suited for your needs, visit their website at bankerslife.com. Insurance solutions, retirement planning, financial management, and everything in between. That's Bankers Life. BankersLife.com. One to go before we go back to green flag racing. Bankers Life Stage 1 now complete. Tim Brown won that. Now we have a bunch of laps still left to go in this one. 80 to go. The leader on the outside of the front row, that's Tim Brown in that orange and white machine. Joey Coulter having a good ride in a brand new car in the 0-2. They will bring it around back to the green flag here for the Smart Modified Tour, powered by Pace-O-Matic. A nice, slow pace. Impressive start out of the Pace-O-Matic restart zone for Tim Brown. Look at that advantage already, about 3 car lengths over Joey Coulter. Another 3 car lengths back to Bobby Labonte in the Sadler Stanley Racing Pace-O-Matic 18 car. Wow, great run tonight for Bobby Labonte. Says he loves this racetrack. Almost won here 2 years ago. 4th place is the number 2 machine for Brandon Ward. Bobby Meismer Jr., who is just running in the latter part of the top 10, now in the top 5 in that Z-Max number 14. Wow, what a run by Bobby Meismer Jr. That Kevin Hughes Motorsports machine is going good tonight. Behind him, you see that aggressive hydraulics Pace-O-Matic car for Ryan Newman. Newman was up in the top 5, lost some spots on the outside groove earlier during a restart. Now steady, running in the 6th spot. Another mover and shaker is just behind this. We'll get to that in just a second. We have a caution coming out here. Jonathan Brown is up in turn number 4. Jonathan Brown, one of the championship contenders. He's got some broken right front suspension on that AmeriFirst number 24. Bad break for Jonathan Brown. Comes into this race 6th in the point standings. And Daniel Yates also up in turn number 3. Daniel Yates, you see him right there with our Carolina Drilling Citrus Safe drone camera. Apparent contact between Daniel Yates and Jonathan Brown. Daniel Yates missed the opener at Florence Motor Speedway. And James Savali is on pit road as well. Savali in that Sundrop number 79 might not be under power. His crew going to push that car to the attention of his team. Savali, they had trouble underneath the hood here today. The engine skipping a little bit in practice, got it tuned up for qualifying. Had a good qualifying effort and was really motoring through this field. But that car not under fire. Bad break for Hillbilly Racing here for James Savali out of Connecticut. Savali earlier had been running in the top 5, had faded back at that restart. Engine problems possibly under the hood if practice was any indication. They didn't get any practice laps whatsoever. So Savali, part of this caution sequence. But this is a really big blow to the car that's in turn number 4, Jonathan Brown. John Boy, a very strong runner. Always in the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic competition. And he was battling, going for the championship this year with the Smart Modified Tour. That one race prior to this that he had trouble came underneath the hood at South Boston Speedway. He finished 24th. But this could be a big blow to his championship hopes as well in that AmeriFast number 24. By the way, Jonathan Brown wanted me to mention to his son Maverick, got 6 awards at school this week. Got those awards earlier today. Very proud of his son, Maverick. Good job. Really good grades, straight A's. Jonathan admitted he was a C student at best throughout his education. But Jonathan Brown, trouble for him. He is part of this caution here. And now, we did mention also Daniel Yates just a second ago as part of this caution as well, with James Savali in the infield as well. So 3 cars part of this caution here at Franklin County Speedway. The pole kind of blocking our shot there. Maybe we can get the drone down there to take a look at what's going on. You see Jonathan Brown out of the car. Not sure if he was limping there, but looked like a hard lick to the right front of that machine, and he's got a bunch of damage on that race car. Buddy Ellis owns that machine. And there's Daniel Yates down in turn number 3. That's the other car, thanks to Carolina Drilling, as well as CitrusSafe for providing this drone coverage. Daniel Yates has got some suspension damage on that race car as well. And we'll take that drone around to turn number 4 so we can show you the damage on John Boy's car as well. Brian Weber also doing double duty here. See his 602 modified getting ready after this race to compete here at Franklin County Speedway. And we're following the 18 car of Daniel Yates. Yates missed the opener at Florence, but has been with us. Top 10 run in the second race of the year at Callaway Speedway. Had a good run at the Warrior 100. And there's the other car. There is Jonathan Brown. We'll see if we can get a shot of that right front suspension damage on the 24. It was pretty significant for John Boy. Finished 5th at Florence, 6th at Callaway, 4th at Hickory, the most recent race. We want to take a look at the other car, not Daniel Yates. We see the suspension damage on that car, but we want to go back to the 24 car of Jonathan Brown. Keep on flying around. We'll go a little bit higher to get over that wire right there. Great job by our drone operators here. Beautiful shot right there with the mountainside and the sunset over Franklin County Speedway, one of the most intimidating tracks on the circuit for the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. I think it's time to take a commercial here on Flow Racing as we are under red flag conditions at Franklin County Speedway. 35 laps into this Kenny Minter Classic, 110 laps with the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic.
Hi, I'm Tom Buzzy.
And I'm Lori Buzzy.
And this is our story. 2010, 2011, we decided to start our own family business of Buzzy Racing. 4-cylinder cars at Hickory and Daytona with NASCAR cars. We have a son that races. We have 2 grandchildren that race. I feel like from our customers' perspective, they appreciate that. We understand their situation. We understand their budget concerns, what they need in technology. It's something we've done for so many years, and we're very fortunate to be able to pass that on to our customers.
Hi, I'm Tom Buzzy.
I'm Alan Buzzy.
And the story continues with us. Racing has been part of our family as long as I can remember. Started in Dad's garage, and finally it grew and grew to busy enough where
Dad called me, and that's where I joined the business.
some of our customers, they've been customers of ours, some of them since I was in high school.
One of the coolest things you hear is someone calls and they say, so-and-so told me to take it to Buzzy.
Word of a racer, it means a lot.
I am Ben Buzzy.
Hi, I'm Tyler Buzzy.
And we're the future of Buzzy Racing.
You think they'll jump in the business too?
Yeah, I think so. They love racing too.
Yes.
Yeah. Racing is one of my passions.
Because my dad and my grandpa work there.
One thing I can hope is we were there with our dad. Hopefully what we've taught them and they can.
Back live on Flow Racing, Franklin County Speedway in Callaway, Virginia for the Kenny Minter Classic. 110 laps for the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. Good crowd on hand here today to witness this one under red flag conditions because we had a hard hit in turn number 3. Jonathan Brown just told his number 24 car got airborne in turn number 3. He got out of the car limping a little bit, but I believe that he's okay. They're removing those cars off the racetrack. Jonathan Brown's car still up in turn number 4. Tim Brown in that 25 is your leader. For everybody on Flow Racing, want to go over the Pace-O-Matic point standings coming into this one. Burt Myers in the lead in that CitrusSafe number 1. Burt Myers currently running in the 8th spot on the racetrack. Brandon Ward, second place in the Pace-O-Matic point standing, 7 points behind the driver out of Walnut Cove, North Carolina. Brandon Ward right now running in the 4th spot here. 35 laps into this one. Caleb Heddy, who won at Hickory a month ago. Caleb Heddy rocketing through this field in that 7NY. He is now up to 7th, and he started in 14th. Caleb Heddy, 3rd place in points, 12 points back. Joey Coulter running second. Joey Coulter right now having a great showing here, 4th place in the point standings. Brian Lofton in the 15, 27 points back in the 5th spot. And Brian Lofton having a good showing here tonight as well at Franklin County Speedway. Jonathan Brown, who just was in that wreck, was 6th in points. Bobby Meismer Jr., 7th in points in the Z-Max car. Meismer running in the 5th spot here currently at Franklin County Speedway. There is the damage after that ride that he went through the air in that 24 machine. Good to see that Jonathan Brown climbed out and maybe a little bit sore, but okay nonetheless. Carson Lofton in the number 23 having a good showing here as well. 8th place in the point standings after his runner-up finish at Hickory Motor Speedway. Carson Lofton currently running in 9th, up from the 17th place starting spot. Bobby Labonte, 40 points back of our point leader, Burt Myers. 9th in points is Bobby Labonte in the Pace-O-Matic point standings. And Jason Myers rounding out the top 10. Jason Myers in the number 4 car. Jason Myers now outside the top 10 here tonight at Franklin County Speedway. In that car, Tim Brown, 11th place in the point standings. Jeremy Gerstner is 12th, by the way, but Tim Brown leading this one. Could pick up a bunch of points here tonight if he's able to hold on for the remainder of the 110-lap race in Callaway, Virginia. There's Joey Coulter, 2nd place in the Air Shock SRI Performance Machine. 3rd place, that Cookout Unit Storage Pace-O-Matic race car for Sadler Stanley Racing. 4th place, there's Brandon Ward. That Coulter Motorsports, New Day Motorsports ride for the Winston-Salem, North Carolina driver. 5th place is Bobby Meismer Jr. They call him Farmer Ted, just a good old nickname. They say he's a country guy. That's why they call him Farmer Ted. Kevin Hughes Motorsports. Racing Electronics, Chico's Bail Bonds machine. Newman. Feel like it's a Seinfeld episode. That Aggressive Hydraulics, Pace-O-Matic, number 39 for Sadler Stanley Racing. Right now, Newman just outside the top 5. Caleb Hetty, the Kentucky kid in the 7NY. Last year's series champion for the Smart Modified Tour, powered by Pace-O-Matic, being followed by the current point leader for the Smart Modified Tour in that Citrus Safe car, that number 1 for Burt Myers. There is Carson Lofton, the 15-year-old kid, the leading rookie in the Smart Modified Tour. There's the Citrus Safe Choose Cone. Tim Brown takes the outside. Oh, same song and dance here. Joey Coulter to the inside. 5 different divisions here tonight at Franklin County Speedway. Jeff Bunton on the flag stand. J.B. Cole in his wrestling days. Let's show the flag man here, J.B. Cole. Good guy, dedicates his time to the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. There he is, the flamboyant one. JB says 1 lap to go until we go back to green flag racing here. 35 laps into this 110-lap race for the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. Greg, how about we take the drone for the start of this race? That sounds good. If they're up, that would be a cool shot for the start to give you a perspective like no other. Thanks to Citrus Safe Grill Cleaners as well as Carolina Drilling. Here we go. Coming to the stripe. Here's the drone coverage like you see nowhere else. Right here with the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. We are live on Flow Racing tonight from Franklin County Speedway with the Kenny Minter Classic. We're back to green. Tim Brown rockets to the lead once again. Joey Coulter in second. And how about Brandon Ward? Up a spot now. Brandon Ward up to third. Bobby Labonte, Bobby Meismer Jr., a pair of Bobbies battling for fourth. That 14 on the outside is Meismer Jr. Bobby Labonte on the inside. Labonte having a good showing tonight. Here comes his teammate Ryan Newman as well. Bobby Labonte settles in right in front of Ryan Newman, his teammate. Labonte, 2 career wins in the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. A new ride this year for Bobby Labonte and that Sadler Stanley Racing team. He used to be with the team that is out in front of this field right now, Tim Brown. That's where he got his 2 wins, and now really finding his groove, especially at this racetrack, a track that he loves so much. Said you really get the sensation of speed here, and the caution is out for the 4th time in this race. Jeremy Gerstner, the Flying Floridian, around in between turns 1 and 2. Opening moments of practice today, Jeremy Gerstner did that down in 1 and 2 as well. Traction at a premium here. This place can get slippery by the minute here. And Jeremy Gerstner goes around. Finished 2nd here 1 year ago at Franklin County Speedway. I want to say a big thank you to MJ Printing and Graphics. Since 1983, they have provided affordable custom options for all your printing and graphic design needs, whether it be screen printing for clothing or apparel, decals, banners, or vehicle graphics for your car, truck, or motorcycle. MJ Printing and Graphics promises to deliver on what you want, because that's where it all starts. Let MJ Printing and Graphics bring your idea to life. Visit them online at mjcustomprinting.com. That's mjcustomprinting.com. 4 cautions in this one already. By the way, a big thank you to autosbynelson.com, Southern Virginia's largest auto group with over 1,000 new and used cars and trucks, as well as SUVs. Short Track Life. Short Track Life is a social media experience with Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and a YouTube channel to cover the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. Short Track Life brings news, info, commentary, and behind-the-scenes perspectives to the world we love, short track racing. Become a subscriber today. Hit that subscribe button. Comment. Let us know what you want to see on Short Track Life, the YouTube channel today. Free content from the Smart Modified Tour. Elvis is in the house. Want a little bit of peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is scary. Elvis on a tractor pulling kids here at Franklin County Speedway. At least they're smiling and having a good time. Or are they? Who knows? It'll be 1 to go before we fire once again. Now 39 laps complete. We apologize for no ticker here today. Scoring and a lot of other stuff has been lost at Franklin County Speedway. They took a hit to the electronic system here. That cut the PA out to the crowd, and also cut some of the timing and scoring possibilities, like providing our ticker here so you can see where your favorite driver is running on the Flow Racing broadcast. We'll be back at Ace Speedway in June, and I'm sure we'll have that then, but here we go. Back to green flag racing we go off of turn number 4. Tim Brown, the leader, on the outside. Joey Coulter on the inside of the front row. Contact between Tim Brown and Joey Coulter. They drag race down the backstretch. This is the most under fire Tim Brown has been. Biggest challenge of the day as Coulter goes for the lead to the inside of Tim Brown. Not going to be able to get it done. That outside crew working to perfection for the Rocket, Tim Brown. Third place, Brandon Ward. Fourth place, Bobby Meismer Jr. Fifth place, Bobby Labonte. Battle back there a little bit more. How about this contact between Carson Lofton and Caleb Heddy? They are 2 good buddies. In fact, Caleb Heddy has been the protege, or I should say Carson Lofton has been the protege of Caleb Heddy, who's been the teacher to that 15-year-old in the 23. Carson Lofton showing his stuff today at Franklin County Speedway. One of the most talented young drivers in modified racing today. Hope the broadcast sounds good here tonight, because we can't hear a thing up in the booth. Doors are wide open. And the microphone hot here tonight. Ryan Newman has moved by Bobby Labonte. So Ryan Newman back up into the top 5. Newman running in 4th. Bobby Labonte in 5th. Our scoring monitor is messed up here because we can see out the window of our tower. It's Tim Brown over Joey Coulter. Third place is Brandon Ward. Fourth place is Bobby Meismer Jr. Fifth is Ryan Newman. And sixth is Bobby Labonte. Seventh, Burt Myers. Here comes Burt Myers, charging hard, needs to pick up some spots. He knows Brandon Ward, second place in points, is up there near the front of the field in fourth. Don't know if the transponder is not working on Bobby Meismer's car, but he's not registering and scoring right now. Here comes Burt Myers to the inside of Bobby Labonte. The Citrus Safe machine trying to pick up another spot, and does. Burt Myers now in the sixth position. We go to the double box again here at Franklin County Speedway. There's the lead cars. Joey Coulter trying to pull to the inside of Tim Brown to the right side of your screen. There's Burt Myers. He just got by Bobby Labonte. Burt Myers now up to sixth, but the battle rages for the top spot. Here comes Joey Coulter putting some pressure on the Rocket Tim Brown. Two distinctively different grooves that both drivers are running. Tim Brown up the racetrack about a groove, and Joey Coulter right on the bottom. The lap car of Wes Gilbert on the inside. He moves out of the way. Joey Coulter's brand new Fury machine is on a rail today in Callaway, Virginia. .55 laps now scored in this one. That's the halfway point in this race. And Tim Brown is the Bankers Life halfway leader in that Jerry Hunt Super Center number 25. No changes amongst the top five in the last 5 laps or so. Carson Lofton continues to pick off spots. That's the driver of the red 23 right ahead of the defending series champion of the 7NY, Caleb Heddy. Carson Lofton in the running for the MJ Printing and Graphics fastest lap of the race. He's got it right now at a 13.365. Very impressive by Carson Lofton, up from the 17th place starting spot all the way to 7th, up 10 positions. Dennis Holdren right behind that. Dennis Holdren moving up through the field as well. Holdren in the 9th spot in that 07 VA car. And Dennis Holdren has won a bunch of races here. Jeremy Gerstner trying to move his way back through the field after bringing back out the most recent caution. Brian Lofton was in the top 5 early in that red and white 15, has dropped back considerably in this race. By the way, we talked about Dennis Holdren in that 07 car. Nice to see one of the drivers that made that car famous for so many years with Speedy and now with Mark Dowdy. Satch Worley is in attendance. He's won races, smart modifieds, independent open modified shows in the South. One of the greatest Southern modified drivers of all time. Satch Worley in the house. He lives just down the road in Rocky Mount, Virginia. It's about 8 miles away. And here comes Joey Coulter, challenging Tim Brown for the lead. 67 laps into this one at Franklin County. In the meantime, let's look at this battle. Bobby Labonte working to the inside of the Z-Max car of Bobby Meismer Jr. Burt Myers said, I'll go to the outside if you guys are going down low. Didn't work out for him. Labonte, I think, being held up. Just a little bit of trouble for Tim Brown. Trouble for Tim Brown. He slows on the front stretch. There is the Jerry Hunt Supercenter car for the leader and dominator of this race so far, Tim Brown. Trouble. That hands the lead to Joey Coulter. Bad break for the driver out of Tobaccoville, North Carolina. 12-time Bowman Gray Stadium track champion. What is awry on the 25 machine for Tim Brown? Led every lap of this race just prior to lap 70 when he slowed coming off of turn number 4. Tim Brown now is kind of filed in line, so don't know if it's an ignition problem, some sort of electrical problem, but it appeared as though he lost power coming off the corner. All the cars now pulling onto pit road here. A lot of teams in this controlled caution going to be changing tires. We are 70 laps into this one, just 40 to go at Franklin County. Great shot from our Carolina Drilling Citrus Safe Grill Cleaners drone of all the cars coming down pit road. The 07 machine of Dennis Holdren. Holdren had dropped just outside the top 10, and there is Tim Brown. Tim Brown at the line was still scored in second, but he filed in about the 5th spot. We'll see where he scored when they get back out on the racetrack. I'd love to get a report on what happened to Tim Brown, because looked like he might have lost power on that machine. Joey Coulter was able to move by. He finally filed in line at about that 5th spot. And now the team just changing tires on that car. Either that or those tires going away. He just slipped up the racetrack and then took a while to gather himself back up. Just waiting to see if they do anything, but they're really just working on the tires and so forth. Right now, measuring that left front tire, making sure they can get the tires staggered the way they need them to for the final 40-lap dash for the money here today in the Kenny Minter Classic. Teams changing a tire. They're able to swap the tires, though, on all the other corners of the car, chassis adjustment as well. So we just got a confirmation that the car on Tim Brown did cut off, and that's why he lost ground, but he does have power again. Unfortunate break for Tim Brown, but fortunate enough that that engine came back to life and back to power. So he's able to compete here for the remainder of this race. We'll certainly have to keep an eye on that as well. So here's what we just learned by the Smart Modified Tour officials powered by Pace-O-Matic. We know Joey Coulter is your leader. Second place will be Brandon Ward. Third place will be Ryan Newman. Fourth will be Burt Myers. It'll be, actually they're still sorting things out up here. We'll just wait till they get this sorted out here. Like I said, a lot of electronic issues today at Franklin County Speedway. The PA system going out. Timing and scoring going out for a while. They were able to get that back. And the lights came on. We have no scoring for you today on Flow Racing. We apologize for that. No fault whatsoever to Flow Racing or the Smart Modified Tour. Just one of those things. A ground problem is what we're hearing here to the electronic system at Franklin County Speedway. Langley Austin, his staff, do just a fantastic job, has really brought this track back to life. Good weekly competition here, and they really look forward to does the racetrack and all of its fans when the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic roll into town here in Callaway, Virginia. Brandon Ward now second in this race. It appears as though Ryan Newman will be scored in third. Fourth place will be the Citrus Safe machine of Burt Myers. We'll just wait right there because we see Bobby Meismer trying to pick off some spots right now as well. They're still talking about things up here in the tower. Okay, so we just got word that everything looks good from race director tonight, Chris Williams. It's Joey Coulter in the lead. Second place is Brandon Ward in that number 2 machine. They're still battling here. Bobby Meismer Jr. being scored in third. But you see they're too wide behind that. And we're just going to wait and see how this shuffles in. Supposed to go 14, 25, 39 is what we hear. So it's Meismer in third. The 25 on that last lap scored. Tim Brown drops to fourth. The 39 of Ryan Newman in fifth. The Citrus Safe Choose Cone out once again. Thank you to the folks, Tommy Lancaster and the folks at Citrus Safe, for sponsoring not only Burt Myers' car, but the series as well with that Citrus Safe Choose Cone. Honeycutt grabbing it, going to bring it back to the inside. 70 laps down in this one. 40 more still to go. Coulter, who's been trapped on the inside for all the restarts prior to this one, now chooses the outside. He will fire in the Pace-O-Matic restart zone, trying to win one of those Banker's Life Smarty trophies produced by Jostens here in the Smart Modified Tour. Burt Myers, the closest he has been to the front here today after a poor qualifying effort for that number 1 bunch. Joey Coulter with the advantage over Brandon Ward. Here comes Bobby. Oh, contact. The 39 of Newman into the wall. Several cars also collected down there in the corner. The 55 of Jeremy Gerstner. Jason Myers, who started on the outside of the front row in that black number 4, and that's the 48 of Johnny Kievman. It looked like some contact with another car with Ryan Newman that sent him almost head on into the wall in turn number 3. We're going to try to get a replay on this one because our Flow Racing cameras were on it. There you see the Flying Floridian from the Citrus Safe Carolina Drilling drone camera high above Franklin County Speedway. Ryan Newman now pulling up. Might not be happy with somebody here. Actually, it's Bobby Labonte there. Team cars, and you see the front end on Ryan Newman's car crunched up. Not sure if there's some suspension damage to that car as well. I would imagine so with the shot he took. But Newman getting it off the wall. Kievman on pit road now. But a couple of cars still locked together down in 3 and 4. There is some debris on the racetrack as well. See a red piece of metal coming off of one of the cars down there. There was the 55 of Jeremy Gerstner stuck together with Jason Myers out of Walnut Cove, North Carolina. Jason Myers, outside front row starter today. Won a couple of weeks ago at the stadium. Jason Myers came into this race 10th in the Pace-O-Matic point standings. We're working on the replay right now for Flow Racing to show you what happened to Ryan Newman. It looked like contact with another car, and we'll see what happens on the replay to give you guys a perspective of why Ryan Newman hit that wall. And then the other cars, because of a chain reaction here, wound up caught together in the middle of 3 and 4 at Franklin County. Gerstner, by the way, came into this one back 12th spot in the point standings. Unfortunately for Jeremy Gerstner, he's had a tough outing again here tonight. And he's had some bad luck this year. Jeremy Gerstner out of the state of Florida in that 55 car. Always fast. Finished second here last year. But Gerstner's season looks like this. The opener, 17th. Callaway, the second race, 17th. Finally rebounded for a top 10 run, an 8th place finish at South Boston. And then trouble again at Hickory Motor Speedway in North Carolina, 20th place finish, and today in trouble in 3 and 4 here as we get towards the latter stages of this race. Here's the replay right now. Taking a look at the restart. Joey Coulter has jumped out front. Looked like a little bit of contact down there in the corner. Not sure who the car on the inside was, but Tim Brown just also had nowhere to go right behind Ryan Newman. Would love to see that one more time. We'll go back to a live shot and roll that down one more time on the Flow Racing cameras. Thank you so much to Danny and Blaze for the good shots here today. Greg working in the producer-director position here for Flow Racing as well. Phillip on the drone here. See that curb on the inside. They never get that low down in the corner at Franklin County. Although we did see James Savali try it earlier in the race. Savali out of the race in the Hillbilly Racing ride. Apparent power troubles on that car. Trying to get these two cars separated down in the corner. That's why we're under red flag conditions. And it looked like, honestly, nobody was held up in front of Ryan Newman. It looked like he and Tim Brown might have just gotten together going down in turn number 3. And I hate to bug you. Here we go. And that's what it was. It looked like Ryan Newman and Tim Brown just got together. There it is. Ryan Newman on the inside just come up the racetrack just ever so slightly, made that contact with Tim Brown. Tim Brown tried to get out of it. You see he lifted off the throttle down the backstretch into turn number 3. So great job by either Danny or Blaze on that one to get us that perspective. And what they're doing, honestly, is rolling the media back in the camera to show us that replay. So a lot of hard work by the Flow Racing camera operators here tonight. Thank you so much, guys. Good perspective. We thought maybe somebody checked up in front of Newman or maybe was down the bottom side of the racetrack and squeezed Newman a little bit, but no go on that. It looked like Ryan Newman just come up the racetrack ever so slightly, battling for position, and Tim Brown with nowhere to go, checked up ever so slightly, but they made contact, and Newman wound up with a lot of damage, and that triggered the wreck to bring out the caution. Sixth caution of the night, and you see Jeremy Gerstner on pit road. Jason Myers has also moved out of the crash scene in between 3 and 4. track crew working down there, but Gerstner, that team looking at the damage to the left side of the car, talking about what they need to do to that race car. You see some modifieds behind that as well. That's the Carolina Crate Series, the 602 modifieds that will do battle here in just a little while here in Virginia. Being told that the 14 car of Bobby Meismer Jr. is going to need a little push during this red flag to get restarted once again. A lot of great sponsors for the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. Want to say thank you to all of them, including Jostens, Bell Helmets, Bankers Life, Short Track Life. Got Bankers Life and Short Track Life. Autos by Nelson, MJ Printing and Graphics, Citrus Safe Grill Cleaner, Carolina Drilling, and so many more. My son Luke behind us here, pointing out some things that he's observed through the race. 6 cautions so far. 2 different leaders, Tim Brown and Joey Coulter. Tim Brown led the first 70 laps of this race, or 69 actually. Joey Coulter took over at lap 70. The Bankers Life halfway leader was Tim Brown. He was also the Bell Helmets Stage 1 winner after the first 30 laps of this race. Want to say thank you to the folks at Pace-O-Matic. Since 2000, Pace-O-Matic has assembled an incredibly talented team from top to bottom, built on the grounds of integrity, innovation, and compliance, all of which aligns perfectly with the world of motorsports. As an entertainment company that develops gaming software that players love to play, Pace-O-Matic is all about giving back to local communities, small businesses, and now motorsports. To learn more about their history, business, charitable works, and products, check them out on all their social media outlets or visit them online at paceomatic.com. That's Pace-O-Matic, proud supporter of grassroots initiatives and proud presenting sponsor of the Smart Modified Tour. Tomorrow on Short Track Life, you will see some analysis of this race here tonight. Blaze Dillner and J.B. Cole going to be doing the debrief to talk about what they saw here tonight at Franklin County Speedway. We want to cue up that replay one more time. Can we do that? Let's take a look. Looked like Ryan Newman and Tim Brown made some contact, and that's what triggered this incident. Here it is. Newman making contact with Brown, using this right now to align the race cars. As we told you, a lot of scoring issues here today because of the electronic problem at Franklin County Speedway. Langley Austin and his team will go to work on that situation when we complete the event here tonight. The Citrus Safe Choose cone is out. Honeycutt has brought it to the middle of the racetrack. Let's see what everybody does. We expect Coulter to go to the outside, and he does. Brandon Ward to the inside. Meismer to the outside. Burt Myers now up to 4th. How about that for the point leader? Been so consistent. Burt Myers this year. Let's show that number 1 car on the racetrack. Burt Myers, the leader of the Smart Modified Tour, powered by Pace-O-Matic point standings, looking for his first victory of the year. 2nd overall in the lap leader contest for the year. The top spot being owned by Caleb Heddy, especially after leading 102 laps at Hickory Motor Speedway. That event about a month ago. Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. They go once a month during the summertime because Saturday nights are owned by Bowman Gray Stadium and the NASCAR Modifieds there. So a couple of Friday shows here in May and June for the Smart Modified Tour. Tonight at Franklin County Speedway, and then in June at Ace Speedway in Altamaha, North Carolina, about 3/4 of the way through the month of June. Gonna fire in the Pace-O-Matic restart zone. Good start here. Look at this shot. Wow, what a sensation of speed. Thank you to Carolina Drilling as well as Citrusate. Bobby Meismer Jr. had trouble on that restart. He loses third to Burt Myers. Now he loses fourth to one of those Sadler Stanley Racing rides, that number 18 for Bobby Labonte. Burt Myers is the man on a mission right now. Burt Myers started way back in this field here today after a poor qualifying run in that 12th spot, and now he's already up to third. He's hungry. He wants a win. Bobby Meismer Jr. with trouble in that racing electronics machine. He slows on the racetrack and will pull that car to pit road. Bad break for Bobby Meismer Jr. Listen to how Burt Myers has been a picture of consistency so far this year. The opener at Florence back in March, third. Callaway, second race of the year, his worst finish of the year, seventh. Third at South Boston, third at Hickory, and running third here today at Franklin County. But if anybody knows Burt Myers, he does not like to be just consistent. He wants wins, wants to get back to victory lane in the Smart Modified Tour. He has 8 career Smart Modified Tour wins, his last coming in 2004. It's a long time, but remember, it's because of this. Smart Modified Tour went away in 2005, and that allowed the NASCAR Wheel Modified Tour to enter the picture in the South. And then several different iterations of modified racing before Chris Williams and his staff rescued modified racing in the South and brought it alive once again with the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. Brian Lofton sideways on the outside. There's Ryan Newman. Oh, Ryan Newman takes Brian Lofton way up the racetrack. Tim Brown has lost some spots as well. Ryan Newman running in 7th, Brian Lofton in 8th, Tim Brown in 9th. Johnny K in the 48, battling with Carson Lofton. Lofton in 10th. Johnny K wants that spot. Remember, Johnny K was involved in the incident, trying to make his way through the field again. Dennis Holdren in the Mark Dowdy, number 07. Caleb Heddy in the 7NY for Tommy Baldwin Racing. Here comes Newman. Newman back to the inside of Jeremy Gerstner. Gerstner runs in 6th. Newman wants the spot. Look at that crunched up chrome horn. That black front bumper on Ryan Newman's car after the hit, after that contact with Tim Brown. Brown has now faded back to 9th in the 25. There he is, creeping into that frame of the picture. Lofton gets by the 55 as well. This is 2nd and 3rd. Brandon Ward and Burt Myers. We'll go back to this battle as Tim Brown tries to move his 25 Jerry Hunt Super Center car to the inside of Jeremy Gerstner. Gerstner just about a half a groove up from where Tim Brown is running right there. That car is so good looking, the 25. Lean, sleek, mean machine here tonight. The Pace-O-Matic pole sitter with that contact with Ryan Newman put him behind. Remember, lost the lead only because a mysterious either electrical issue or the engine just shut off. Came back on, but Tim Brown lost the lead only because of that. 90 laps in, it's Joey Coulter over Brandon Ward. Burt Myers is in third, Bobby Labonte in fourth, and Caleb Heddy in fifth. Ryan Newman has moved up to sixth, Brian Lofton in seventh, Jeremy Gerstner in eighth, Tim Brown in ninth, and Carson Lofton in 10th. Johnny Kay in 11th, Dennis Holdren in 12th, Wes Gilbert being scored in the 13th spot. Will Burt Myers go to the top side here at Franklin County? He's trying it, just can't get into the corner to get alongside of Brandon Ward and force him down the racetrack. Myers with a run, can close in on the back bumper of his points championship rival here. And as we get to 15 to go, Jeremy Gerstner goes around again for the 7th time. We're under caution during the Kenny Minter Classic. Boy, it's been a tough day for Jeremy Gerstner, the Flying Floridian in the number 55 car. Spun in practice, involved in a couple of incidents tonight during this 110-lap race for the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. Gerstner had dropped to outside the top 12. Pit road is going to be open, and Gerstner not happy with Tim Brown. Gerstner revving his engine and cutting up in front of Tim Brown. Not too happy with the Tobaccoville, North Carolina driver. They are moving the 55 car of Gerstner to the rear of the field. He brought out the most recent caution here at Franklin County. Carson Lofton in the 23 coming down pit road. Carson Lofton had been running in 9th, but has not been happy with that race car. You're running in 9th, you might as well come in at the tail end of those lead lap cars, make some adjustments, and try to go back out and get better. Smart move by the L&R Transmissions team. And this kid's so talented behind the wheel of a modified at just 15 years old. Carson Lofton finished second at Hickory and will be winning races on the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic real soon. Let's take you through the top 10 again. Greg, we're going to do that. We're going to go through the top 10. Let's start with the leader. Joey Coulter in the Torch Eyewear. A-Shock SRI Performance number 02. That's a brand new Fury modified. He has debuted here at Franklin County Speedway. Joey Coulter very strong in that race car. Former winner of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. 2 wins on the Smart Tour, 1 at Callaway Speedway last year. Brandon Ward lines up second on the inside of Joey Coulter. He was the winner at Callaway. So strong is Brandon Ward, championship contender at Bowman Gray Stadium as well. Joey Coulter trying to win his first this year in Smart Modified Tour competition. So is Burt Myers in that number 1 machine on the outside of the second row. You could say the same for Bobby Labonte. 2 Smart Modified Tour wins for him in his career. He's come close here at Franklin County. But 3 of the top 4 drivers in this race trying to win their first race of the year in the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. Ryan Newman on the inside of that 3rd row. He too wants win number 1. Caleb Heddy is 1, at Hickory Motor Speedway. The last race for the Smart Mods coming around to take the green flag. This is going to get interesting here. Just 15 laps to go in the Kenny Minter Classic. Watch Burt Myers. Oh, look at that. Ryan Newman going for a ride again a little bit down in the corner, but we keep our eyes peeled on the battle for second. Brandon Ward, a handful right there coming off the corner. Move Burt Myers up to second. And now Myers going after on the attack. Joey Coulter leading this one. A bump from the front bumper of Burt Myers. Myers, as we mentioned, hungry, wants to win, doesn't want to be just Mr. Consistency. Took a peek to the bottom of the 0-2. Oh, here he comes. A good run off that cement patch. Can't get it done just yet. Myers trying to set up Joey Coulter, and he's got him side by side for the lead in Franklin County for the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. Here comes Burt Myers, the new leader of the race here in Virginia. The Citrus Safe Grill Cleaners machine out front. But Joey Coulter is not done either. He does not want another runner-up finish. He wants the win tonight here at Franklin County with 10 laps to go. Just 10 laps to go for Burt Myers. He's won already the biggest race of the year at Bowman Gray Stadium, the Hayes Jewelers 200 to open the season at the stadium. Now going for the win, which would be his first of this season in the Smart Modified Tour. Here is Ryan Newman trying to get back by Caleb Heddy. Caleb Heddy in fifth, Ryan Newman in sixth. That aggressive hydraulics Pace-O-Matic 39 for Sadler Stanley Racing never gives up. What a run today by Ryan Newman. He's been in the middle of a bunch of stuff here. Caleb Heddy has just kind of hung strong. Third in points coming into this one is Caleb Heddy. And Heddy in that 7NY just hanging on. Newman gets by him. So Heddy back to sixth, Newman up to fifth. 5 to go. 5 laps to go in this one, and Burt Myers up front by a large margin. Let's show the gap here from Burt Myers back to second. Look at that gap. It has grown every single lap from Burt Myers in the Citrus Safe number 1 to the SRI Performance car, the 0-2 of Joey Coulter. Behind that, good battle for third going on right now. As Burt Myers leads this one, there is Brandon Ward trying to hold on to third. Bobby Labonte trying to diamond off the corner a little bit and get a run up off the bottom. Can't get it done. Teammates battling for fourth and fifth, the Sadler Stanley Racing cars. Labonte maybe with a little bump on the back bumper. Coming to the white flag in the air for Burt Myers. Burt Myers trying to win here at Franklin County Speedway to put him back on the map in the winner's circle of the Smart Modified Tour. It's been since 2004 since Burt Myers has won a Smart Modified Tour race, and he gets it done at Franklin County. For the 9th time in his Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic career, Burt Myers is a winner. He gets it done in the Kenny Minter Classic at Franklin County Speedway. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2, 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Can you hear me? No?
Whatever you want to do. Yes, sir. Put this around your neck when you're ready. You getting this back. You're good. Thanks, man. Hey, baby, let me see that, man. Tell me when you're ready. Trophy. Trophy. There he is. Thank you. Stand up on the car, bro. Kiss it. I kissed it when I won a championship. I'm just gonna pet this one. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so you ready for this picture? Yes, sir. JB. Bart, let's get a picture. Let's get a picture. Anyone have? What we doing? Just kneel down there. We're going to get one with you by yourself first. Like this? Yep, yep. Is that enough room, Bob? It's what we got. All right. Where am I looking at? Oh, you got Phil right there, Phil. Yeah, hold on. Hey, pick up that trophy when you do it. Put it on your leg or something. Team, after this. All right, team. We're gonna get behind the car. Back here. You wanna get? As long as you can see. You figured it out. Thanks, man. Cross it real quick. Damn! If I squat down, can you still see the crew? I couldn't hear nobody. Like everybody's down like this. There's some noise out of y'all. Whitebird, so good. It's weird. Somebody's gonna present you this right here.
Yeah, man. So they brought it to me, the air cleaner don't fell off. It's down in there. So you see how it is. Thanks, man. Yeah, man. I can't hear you. Right here. I know you have no great things like that. Shave it off so don't look so old. All right, we can't. Good run.